Is everybody ready? Here we go! Oh, it's wedding day!
Tell me thoughts.
I'm about to get married.
Woo!
To Neil Bacon.
Who's right there?
Is he behind me?
Yeah, he's right behind you.
Hi, baby.
He I don't know what he's doing. But I don't know. It's any final thoughts before everything else?
I said I love him.
You love bacon?
I do.
Awesome.
Only him bacon.
Okay, good. You'll thank me later.
What up?
Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
This
What's
is
up?
before the fun times. Zoom.
7/29/2017. It's hot, it's live, it's lit. What's up?
Oh,
Getting
she's already
married.
done it. It's already
Doing
done.
the deed.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Death to his part. Ball and chain, whole ball of wax. What's up,
She
America?
got on here so fast.
What's up?
The camera's over here.
Come on, let's go. Lose, young lose. Everybody cut foot loose. Foot loose. And put your feet on the ground. Now take the whole of the floor.
In the camera, they
No, I've been just asking questions to people, so. Thank you. How'd it go?
this was like the best wedding ever I've ever been to.
It was.
Don't tell my wife.
Do I get a hug? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Little Joe Haas and
What are your thoughts on animal rights?
On what?
Animal rights.
Animal rights?
Yeah, or
Animals
global
don't have
warming.
rights.
I like PETA. People eating tasty animals. I believe that pretty much.
I'm gonna go use
If animals didn't want to be eaten, why are they made out of food? It's a real question to ask.
What?
If animals didn't want to be eaten, then why are they made out of food?
That's true. Out of food. But I mean, can't we eat each other?
You know I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step. Another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a piece of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride. And I'm straight, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, get up my way. I'm running late, what can I say? I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, trudging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring. I got 20,000 deep up in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head. Whoa.
I feel glorious.
here. We got a couple of speeches coming up, and then we're going to get a blessing, and then we're going to get some dinner.
Want me to go?
I think we're missing a bridesmaid.
Elisa, did you not get a...
Ah!
Wow, Elisa! And Joey. Elisa and Joey, ladies and gentlemen, did I get them on the bottom? Where are they at?
That's all on camera, too.
All right. Strike one, 3 strikes, and I go home early. That's not going to happen at all. Here we go.
That's the oldest sister too, so you gotta watch out for the oldest sister. Thank you. You may be seated. Well, I come up on stage here. I think I'm gonna do this on the stage just because this is so much fun to see everybody here. First off, I am, for those of you that don't know who I am Brian Falk, and I am the proud father of this beautiful bride. On behalf of my wife Betty, Neil's parents Larry and Denise, who are upstairs, and Larry will be coming, he's coming right down here with me, and the happy couple Brianna and Neil, can I say what a pleasure it is to welcome all of you, the friends and relatives of both families, to this celebration event. I know that some of you have come that live in the Twin Cities area, you've come from the Twin Cities, and some have traveled pretty long distances to be here today with us. Thank you all for coming to help us celebrate this special occasion. I hope you have a wonderful evening of celebration. Brianna was born into our family on October 6, 1984. Brianna was quite determined and in a hurry to get here that day. I remember my wife waking me up around 6:30 in the morning and telling me that it was time to get going to the hospital. So I woke up our first child, Elisa, and like any good father, started feeding her breakfast. And of course, it was Cheerios. For those of you who are at General Mills in the audience here. Okay, healthy cereals, Cheerios, and I don't know if that meant anything that Brianna was looking for Cheerios that morning or not, but anyway, I was feeding her Cheerios. So my wife walked into the kitchen and said, I can't do it in her tone of voice, but it's, what are you doing? Take Elisa over to the neighbors. We have to go now. Well, because of my wife's serious and firm tone of voice, I immediately took Elisa and her uneaten bowl of Cheerios over to the neighbors and left her there. I came home from the neighbors to find my wife on the floor from the labor pains. 30 minutes after waking up, I was in the car with Betty and we were on the way to the hospital. Unfortunately, it was a work day, and at that time of morning, it was 7 in the morning, it was rush hour, and the traffic on the freeway became stop and go. Betty told me in her matter-of-fact tone of voice to drive faster. But we were stuck in traffic, and that moment of life together in the car became quite tense. After persevering, we made it to the hospital and to the emergency room. They immediately took Betty to the labor area and called the doctor. I parked the car, found Betty's room, and our daughter was ready to be born. The doctor made it to the hospital just in the nick of time to deliver our daughter before 9 a.m. While labor and delivery were a bit longer for Betty, it was only 2.5 hours for this father of the bride. The last 32 years have gone by almost as quickly as those 2.5 hours. We've had the privilege of watching Brianna blossom from our baby daughter into the beautiful woman we see before us today. Brianna's a wonderful daughter. She has provided us with so much joy and happiness over the years. We've always been proud of her and in everything she does. Fathers are naturally biased about their daughters, and I have 3 of them. But I'm sure you'll all agree that Brianna looks absolutely stunning today. Today she begins a new life, and there will be another man to whom she will turn to for love and protection. But I want her to know that her father will always be there for her and for Neil as well. During the time we've known Neil, we've come to realize how perfect he is for Brianna and what a great son-in-law he will be. Larry and Denise, thank you so much for raising such a fine son for our daughter. I'd like to, yes. I would like to take this opportunity to formally welcome Neil into our family. welcome. I also want to welcome Neil into my favorite son-in-law club. Neil, Neil, you will need to work out the club details about president, vice president, all those things with Justin. I want to recognize Neil's service and commitment to our country with the Air Force. Quite a few of Neil's military friends are here with us today as well. It's a tremendous honor and sacrifice to serve in our military, and we are very thankful for those of you who serve. So let's take a moment and have those who are currently serving or who are veterans, please stand. So I know there's quite a few of you, so that we can recognize you and thank you for your service today. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize the spouses of our military and thank them for the sacrifices that they make for their families. If you are a military spouse, please stand so that we can thank you as well. And Brianna, now we thank you. Thank you. Now I ask you to raise a glass, and I didn't bring one down, so it's not good for me. And join me today in congratulating Brianna and Neil. Thank you. Thank you very much. Join me today in congratulating Brianna and Neil on their marriage. May God continue to bless Brianna and Neil, grant them safety, love, and happiness all the days of your lives. Cheers. Cheers.
No, I'm done. Would you have your own mic? No.
Can't have it in front of that speaker.
Perfect. Okay, there you go.
Test. I have the honor tonight to say the blessing, to ask for God's blessing on this evening. And I want to further the message of love that was given at the church so profoundly today. Everybody in here was created by God. Not everybody knows Him, therefore not everybody loves Him. But I want everybody to understand that He loves you. There's nobody in here, not one, who He loves more or less. He is a very just God. He is not a God of favorites. So with that said, bow your heads, let's have a little prayer. Father God, I'm so honored to be here today to ask for your blessing. First of all, on this meal we're about to eat, Neil and Brianna's first as husband and wife. What a beautiful thing. And then as the evening progresses, may we show our love to each other, families and friends, both families intermingling and showing love to each other, and have a wonderful time. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen. That's it then.
For those of you who don't know, I work at Subway, so that's my form of public speaking. Neil was also the best man at my wedding. He took the opportunity to let everybody know about himself. I'm pretty sure, Neil, you have a shirt with a picture of an amp knob on it, cranked to 11. That is Neil in a nutshell. If you've ever met him, known him, always at 11. So he talked about his Airman of the Year award, his tours of duty, his tennis accomplishments. But I'm not going to bore you with the fact that I was All-State Honorable Mention in hockey. The single season points record I have at my school. I'm not going to waste everybody's time talking about the national tournaments I played in. The NHLers that I played with or against. It's not my day. It's Neil and Brianna's day. so I'm not going to waste everybody's time with that. I have learned quite a few lessons from Neil over the years, I should say. One is how to be humble. I remember one time as a very young kid, Neil wrote some graffiti on the side of the cabin while still holding the marker. Wanted to give all the credit to our cousin Alex. He taught me to use my head, literally. Tennis, I should have been wearing a helmet. Golf, should have been wearing a helmet. Basketball, should have been wearing a helmet. And should I known Neil was gonna pop, just today, one of the champagne bottles? Could you guess it? Should have been wearing a helmet. Two things that actually stand true that I've learned from Neil. You never buy two things that you never buy cheap: windshield wipers and toilet paper. You can all take that home with you tonight. That's free. I couldn't be happier for you guys. I'm so happy that you found each other. I know that it's going to be nothing but excitement and love for the rest of your lives. Crank it to 11, keep it at 11, and you guys are going to have nothing but happiness for the rest of your lives.
All right.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know, my name is Amara. I am Brianna's younger sister, and I have the honor to say a few words today. And I just want to make sure you guys all know how wonderful Brianna is. Neil, I want to make sure you know how wonderful Brianna is. So just a few things to point out. First, her loving and kind heart. For all of you who know her, you know that she shows this to her friends, her colleagues, her family, and she's someone that you can confide in. She takes time to listen and understand. And she loves with her whole heart. And so, Neil, I know that she will love you with her whole heart. Second, her determination. I've seen this in both work and play. You have to be careful when you play a board game. For ping pong, you want to be on her team for ping pong. But she's all in. She's driven, and she's up for an adventure. And I kind of have an idea that your guys' life is going to be an adventure. I don't know. It's just this little. I'm just kind of getting a hint of that. Thirdly, her loyalty. I've seen her be there in so many people's lives in the ups and downs, and so I know for sure that she will not leave your side, Neil. And then lastly, her joy. For those of you who don't know, it's just so contagious. It's a joy to be around her. And I know that this joy comes from God. And I just pray that that is a foundation in your guys' marriage as you move forward here. That, like was said in the pastor stole my note, and he. I know, but yeah, that joy comes from God, and it's gonna spill into your marriage, and it's gonna spill out to everyone you interact with, and that's just super exciting. So I want to offer a toast. So if you have a glass in front of you, I'll grab mine. Just blessings, joy, and love to you too as you start these next steps together. Cheers.
So, how was dinner? We're doing two.
Don't forget me again.
Okay. In my defense, she loves Excel spreadsheets, but she doesn't fill out my forms. Awesome, though. So detailed. Elisa is next.
Yes, I'm Elisa. I'm the older sister, also the matron of honor, which is an awful title in my opinion. Matron. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about this girl, Brianna, or Bree, as some of you know her, which I'm not used to at all. She tells me her new married name is also a sandwich, so Bree Bacon, which is fantastic and sounds yummy. Brianna arrived on the scene about 2.5 years after I had already been around and completely ruined my status and joy-filled life as being an only child. She was not the last to upset my existence because there are 6 of us all together. Blonde, blue eyes, I often like to tease her that she was adopted. And I believed her. And I wrote that. And she believed me. At least for a while. Until Joshua came, I think. He's also blue-eyed. Brianna and I shared a lot together growing up. I never had my own room, thanks to her. 2.5 years. And we shared a room until we left for college. Actually, we shared a bed for a while too, as young children. And just about every night, her headgear wound up in my hair. And my retainer in hers. Ours was a special bond. When she was little, I liked to use Brianna as my scapegoat, and now that story you just told, I think we're meant to be. You know, typical older sister things like ruining my dad's piano by writing on it and telling the parents Brianna had done it. She was a baby at the time, however, and couldn't hold a pencil, so I did not get away with that one. Or tearing out the stuffing of my stuffed rabbit, blaming Brianna, and then taking her perfect, pristine rabbit as my own. I was just the best older sister to her growing up. Thankfully, she has forgiven me, I think. Brianna's work ethic can be compared to no one, because there's just no one like her. Brianna has, and always will, give 110% to whatever it is she does. In the 4th grade, Brianna pulled her first all-nighter. She was given the homework of building a toothpick bridge, one that would withstand weight. I want to say the competition of whose bridge it was could hold the most. Only the top 3 people in the class got an A. Okay, and she stayed up all night for this bridge. Did you win? Yeah.
She won. So my parents did make changes to bedtime after they found out about that. And she, like I said, she's 4th grade. Life only intensified for Brianna as she went through the older years. A straight A student, a common sentence uttered from her mouth when dinner was completed at night was, "I am so busy," or "I have so much to do. Can I please be excused?" And she got herself out of cleaning up dishes every night. Every night, because I had to clean them up. Too bad she was indeed that straight A student and got a year post-secondary under her belt before leaving my parents' house, so I guess she was telling the truth about the busy part. Brianna's drive continued through college, with her winning the top business award of her class. And she also earned 2 majors, econ and music, at Wheaton College, where that is nearly impossible to do. But look up the word impossible in the dictionary and you'll find the sentence, "Not Brianna." In fact, you tell her she can't do something and you'll see her try even harder to prove you wrong. Post-college, Brianna continued to set the world of investment banking on fire. She was one of the only girls in her field. Why? Because it's kind of a crazy field. Sorry to all investment bankers in the room. Okay, maybe not crazy, but you work non-stop through the night, maybe get a nap after 48 hours kind of work. And guess who earned the adoration and respect of all those hard-to-please business tycoons? This girl. This girl could run the world. Moving on to grad school, she continued to put her all into everything she did, earning her MBA at Duke and a job at General Mills when her degree was finished.
But it's not just her work ethic and success that makes Brianna so wonderful. You will also never find a more loyal, wonderful, and caring friend. From every corner of the world, anyone that has met Brianna loves and adores her, and with good reason. She goes out of her way to show you that she cares. Brianna is truly a gift to all. Brianna's heart is a big one, with ministry and areas she's also heavily involved in. Throughout the years, she has been active in many different aspects of her church, and that will continue. In fact, she mentioned just the other day the first area at church she and Neil would like to be involved is as a married couple, and her first ministry is married, being the key word there, which is where Neil comes in. You know, the guy she married today. Neil, from the time the two of you first started to date, I watched my sister sparkle when she talked about you. And from that sparkle, I knew you had moved into her heart where no one else had previously been. Getting to know you, I found you the perfect match for my sister. You have such a calming effect on her. You make her laugh, you bring her joy, you take care of her, you put up with her crazy family, which you just said was the most craziest, but you put up with us still. You're chivalrous, you stand up for her, you're a man of character, you love the Lord, and you love Brianna with all your heart, and she you as well. God orchestrated the perfect union today, bringing together two people like only He could in His perfect timing. Pretty incredible and amazing. I love you both individually as well as who you are together, and I am excited to continue to watch you two as a married couple taking the world by storm, wherever God uses you. What an exciting ride it will be. So if we can all grab a glass. To Brianna and Neil and all the adventures ahead. And I think we have a slideshow now to finish the time.
You can keep that there. Go ahead and keep that there.
It's really funny because the people on Brianna's side are going, oh, I wonder what he's going to say. And the people on my side are going, oh my God, what is he going to say? First of all, thank you for everybody that came tonight and came to this ceremony. Give yourselves a round of applause. Honestly, thank you very much from both of us. It's awesome. A lot was said today about how amazing Brianna is and how beautiful she is and how kind-hearted she is. And everything that everybody said today is a lie. Because it's 10 times more than anybody said. Those of you who know me and know kind of my lifestyle and stuff maybe didn't see myself with somebody like Brianna. But that's a good thing because it's so much more than I could have ever imagined. And I thank God every day that that we met and that now I get to spend the rest of my life with this amazing woman. Just, it blows my mind. I couldn't be happier. And it's funny, we were talking about, Elisa was talking about how if you tell Brianna she can't do something, she'll go out of her way to do it. And it's funny that she said that because on our first date, I said, look, we can go on a couple dates, but you can't marry me. And now here we are. And now here we are. And it's fitting that we're here on this stage. I'm not used to being on this stage. I'm quite sheepish.
You got any white snake?
As Mahatma Gandhi once said, all the world is a stage. But being on stage, I do have a song that I would like to sing to Brianna right now. But I need some help. I just need you guys to snap. So.
Snap.
You could have a steam train if you just lay down your tracks. You could have an aeroplane flying if you bring your blue sky back. All you need to do is call me. I'll be anything you need. You could have a Big Dipper going up and down all around the bends. You could have a bumper car bumping. This amusement never ends. I wanna be your sledgehammer. That's it. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll get around talking to you guys.
Ooh, so how was dinner? That was good? All right, we're going to send these guys out and have a little greet the table, and you guys know that you're on
Exactly like you.
Colorado, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan. Ryan, are you here?
She spins and she sways to whatever song plays without a care in the world. And I'm sitting here wearing the weight of the world on my shoulders. It's been a long day and there's still work to do. She's holding at me saying that I need you. There's a ball like a capsule and I've been invited, and I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, I dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. It's all too soon. The clock will strike midnight, and she'll be gone. She says he's a nice guy, and I'd be impressed. She wants to know if I approve of the dress. She says that the prom's just 1 week away, and I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, I dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. All too soon, the clock will strike midnight, and she'll be gone. She will be But she came home today with the ring on her hand, just blowing talents, all they had planned. She says that the wedding is 6 months away, but I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, I dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. It's all too soon. The clock will strike midnight, and she'll be gone.
Brianna and Brian, ladies and gentlemen. Denise. This song is written and performed by Neil's uncle.
Brand new bedrooms and a bed, pocket full of dreams on an ever-changing bed. Family's on the way, daughters and 5 sons, never to forsake.
Family's been through some change. Bridges have been crossed. Loved ones have been created. Loved ones have been lost. Keep them all in mind as we live throughout our days. Brothers and sisters and husbands and wives, just for a chance to say. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, touching our lives, catching us when we go. Oh, your good advice, carry with us today. Pass it on to our children, help them on their way. Bedrooms and a bed, pocket full of dreams, on an ever-changing bed.
Denise and Neil, ladies and gentlemen. This next dance is reserved for only friends and family members of the bride and groom. If you're not a friend or family member, you can go home. The free food is over.
I want it that way.
I'm putting together a video. Oh, I found one of the bridesmaids. Before we're getting ready, say anything. Say something.
You're
Wait.
not allowed to go in there.
Yeah.